life throws you lemon, you make lemonade out of it. I'm going to add, when life throws you bushmeat, please make delicious yummy meat out of it. I'll be telling you how I was able to turn a lemon situation into a delicious lemonade situation. How I was able to turn a situation that would have stopped my life, how that would have put my destiny on hold, into being a millionaire in the university. I am Idorset, and you are welcome, my superstars, my YouTube family. You are welcome. And if you have not subscribed and you are here with us, please do, so you can be a part of our superstar family. Okay, so in one of my videos, I shared how my dad was a very hardworking and loyal person, how he dedicated his time, his everything to his job. He didn't have a side or passive income. He was very dedicated. I remember several times my mom asked him to do something. He should do something. He should invest in something extra to bring money, extra source of income. And he was like, oh, don't worry. When I'm paid my pension, I will use it to set up a business. And that is what he did. When he worked and gave so many years of his life without a passive income, till he retired, he was given his retirement benefits. The retirement benefit was what he used to purchase two buses. Two buses. These two buses, he gave it to people to use it for public transportation. He didn't drive it himself. I know some people who do public transportation. They actually do make it because some of them drive it themselves, or some of them have very loyal people who drive it for them and make returns. But in my dad's case, he didn't have such people. He gave it to people who were so dishonest and drove that bus to Carcass. When I mean Carcass, they drove it to Carcass, and he was able to make little or no return from those buses. He was so devastated. He was under a lot of pressure because that became his only source of income. Daily, he was thinking of how to make money to be able to cater for the needs of the family. This pressure made him sick. He was sick and he had to buy medicine and everything. One day, while I was in the university in my second year, I got the news that he was dead. I was like, what? Dead? I cried. Oh God. I will not forget that day. I cried because he labored and he didn't get to eat the fruit of his labor. I wished that I could be a blessing to him. I wish that I could go through school and be able to be a blessing to him. I cried because he didn't eat the fruit of his labor. He was a loving, caring man. He gave his everything. I cried because I had no uncle who would take over, who would pay my fees. I cried because I had no auntie who would pay my fees. I cried because I knew nobody who could take care of my fees. And after his burial, one day I was taking a stroll on our street. I met a church member and a family friend. He asked, you've not gone back to school? I told him, sir, I've not. He said, he dipped his hand in his pocket and he gave me 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira then was so much money. I was like, what? I was so excited. This was a miracle. It was a huge breakthrough for me. I took that money home, showed it to my siblings, told my mom about it. And with my foreknowledge of being a good keeper, someone who was not spending someone who knew how to handle money, I kept that money. I did not spend it. Few days later, my sister told me she was traveling to Aba, that she needed bed sheets for her home. That is how my journey began. I told her I would accompany her. She said, okay. She offered to pay my transport to and fro. We went there, we selected bedsheets. I was able to buy 4 bedsheets, 4 with that 5,000 naira. And we went home. When I got home, I immediately showed it to our neighbor. She was like, I've been thinking of how to change the bedsheets in my room. Oh, she picked 2 and she paid immediately. With 2 bedsheets, I sold them at 3,000 naira each. I was able to make 6,000 naira from 5,000 naira. Remember, I still have 2 I have not sold yet. The remaining 2, I sold it to my immediate family members. With 4 bedsheets, I was able to make 12,000 naira. Can you imagine that? If I told you my journey of being a millionaire started with 5,000 naira, would you believe it? Whatever you have in your hand is not too small. It is more than enough. What is that thing you have in your hand? What is that money you have in your hand you think is too small? It is not. What is, look inwards, look in you. It could be a skill you think is not relevant, but someone somewhere is really willing to pay for it. Look in it. The Bible, remember that lady that had a cruise of oil? With that cruise of oil, she was able to have drums and drums of oil. She was able to pay off her debt. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge today. What is it you have in your hands? What is it you have in you? Is it a skill? Is it a talent? Is it money? No matter how small it is, venture out in faith, and God is going to increase it. You'll be surprised. That will be all for today. Please subscribe. Until our next video, always remember that I love you.